What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Tremendous Opinions Podcast, episode 69. Today pretty much marks the 2-year anniversary of this podcast. It was birthed on December 14th, 2020. So in about 5 days, we'll be 2 years old, baby. Who would have thought? 2 years later, I'm here, 30 years old. I stand in line at Walmart like a stutz, waiting to buy sports cards. You know, it's whatever, baby. We're doing it over here. As always, this podcast is brought to you by Coffee Stain Clothing. A new sweater. New fancy sweater. Coffee Stain Athletic Department. World champs on the back. That's up for sale right now on the website, www.coffeestainclothing.com. A lot's happened in the world of sports since my last podcast. One, first and foremost, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, has left JSU onto the Colorado Buffaloes. And first reaction kind of made me sad because I wanted to see him take JSU to new heights. I don't know where that height would have been, honestly, but now that it is what it is, I'm stoked to see what happens. I think off rip, first impression is it automatically jolts. I forget what their record is, Colorado, but last I saw they were like 1-9 or something. I think it automatically takes an awful team to a top 5, if not top 2 or 3 destination in the country for transfer and freshmen alike. All incoming football players would at least consider going to Colorado. It's cold. That's the only negative. You gotta play outside in the cold. Dude, I watch the videos. I'm subscribed to Deion's son on YouTube, and it's incredible. The facilities, his swagger is just on 10. Everything falls in line for Colorado to be a top tier program for the years to come. They're paying this guy $5 million a year, and he's going to be worth 4 or 5 times that. It's just going to be unbelievable. So I'm going to get me a little Colorado Buffalo shirt, and that can happen now. You're not a bandwagon fan anymore because college football isn't about the spirit. It's not the same times as like back in the day. Whoa, Nelly! He's at the 20, the 15, the 10. Can he make it? Whoa, Nelly! It's not that anymore. It's not, put out the fire and call in the dogs. We're watching college football. It's different. It's a business. It's money. Everything's just a money machine. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do to... And I was always a basketball guy, but I love football. I love going to the games, smell of cigarettes in the air. That's what I think of. Smell of cigarettes at my high school football games. It's just rowdy, people having a big time. I love football, the environment. But, I hate to see it, man. Because I'm also dealing with news today, the transfer woes. Carolina, we not only lost players to the transfer portal, but coaches basically have a transfer portal now. It's just everything's a business. That's what made me stop being an NBA fan, is you start to fall in love with the team and you like players and you support them, and then they just, in the best business interest, get rid of the guy, and it's a whole different narrative now. So that didn't happen in college. It used to be you get your guy, and these are your guys for 4 or 5 years. This is what you got, so invest in them, build them up, and what you get's what you get. But now it's like a pro deal. I mean, you can't trade players, or maybe soon they'll make a trade thing. I don't know. I don't know. But it's basically that already. It's a free agency pool. And Colorado's going to benefit hugely from this timing. I don't know what to say about it. My favorite players for UNC football are still there, but Like a top guy for me was Storm Duck. I love Storm Duck, man, for years now. And now he's in the transfer portal. It sucks, man. So that's what's going to be happening. You can't, I hate to say you can't invest in these kids anymore, but it's a business now. It's, I don't know, it's changing the landscape of college football. Whoa, Nelly. In other sports news, Brittany Griner is coming home. And speaking of trades, she was involved in a groundbreaking trade today. The USA receives back Brittany Griner in exchange for a young fella who has been affectionately named the Merchant of Death. Don't know what he did to deserve that name, but that's a pretty sweet name. You don't mess with that guy at the bar. The Merchant of Death. I don't know, Merchant of Doom kind of sounds better, but it's like medieval. I guess Merchant of Death will do fine. Who gave him that name? He didn't come up with that. Like when he was in elementary school, that's what he wrote on his spelling bee. Merchant of Death. What is that about, dude? Merchant of Death. And we trade the guy for Brittany Griner, dude. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna be traded for the Merchant of Death, okay, you gotta come back with the business. You hear me? And I kind of expect it. You're in a Russian jail for a year and a half doing pull-ups and sit-ups. I expect a numbers boost. At least I'm thinking 30 piece average a 30 piece and 20 boards. Speaking of a 30 piece, our boy Brady plays at 3:30 a.m. It's now like 2 in the morning, something close to that. I'm just staying up and roughnecking it all night, baby. He's about to drop these boys off, go for a 30 piece. And last episode, it was named Mush, Major Mush. And I kind of wanted to not find Brady in the last box just to go along with the theme. But this box, this one here, we have it. I know we're getting like 4 or 5 Brady cards. And wow, I said 4 or 5. There's the number 4 and 5 right there. And Brady's number is 45. We're about to pull a blender in this box. So, without further ado. Okay, just like last episode, it's sports cards and video games. I hate to sound like a broken record player, but since last episode, we've had something awesome happen. Something I didn't see in the forecast. I have an uncle. I call him Uncle Snoop, but everyone else calls him Ryan. Uncle Ryan is the man. He was like a icon, major icon alert, major keys. Ryan used to run Halo with us back in the day. Way back in the day, like before internet worked good, and when you had to sit there and matchmaking for 20 minutes, it was so fun, dude. My Uncle Ryan used to pull all-nighters with us about 10, 12 years ago playing Halo, back when Team Slayer on Valhalla was a thing. High grounds, the best maps. People that don't play Halo, I'm sorry, this isn't ear beating. But to us, the glory days. We'd come home with a 12-pack, cans, Mountain Dew, and they'd all be gone. We'd play till the sun came up most weekends, sleep the days away, because no one would play Halo during the day. It was just thieves in the night like us, just animals. And it was so fun, man. The map Valhalla, the map High Grounds. I mean, I have real good memories. So one time we were playing all in the same room, and we noticed Paxton's guy wasn't moving. So we looked over at him, like we're all on the same headset thing, and we're all talking, and we're like, Paxton, Paxton. Look over at him, and there's a string of drool from his lip to the floor and a puddle about this big. And Ryan just stopped the game and started getting mad at him. He made him go get the mop and like the hot water and mop up the floor. It was like 4 in the morning. So funny, dude. Great memories. I say all that to say this. Ryan got an Xbox the other day and he's back, baby. About a 10, 12 year break, but we are back. The boys are back in town, and I'm going to give you another Halo highlight to boot. I like making these. So here we go, baby. Thank you for being here. Go to Coffee Stain Clothing, get a cool sweater, nice sweater, and I'll see you guys next time.